Masculinity did not die in battle. It wasn't taken by feminism or culture wars or gender theory. It died of spiritual neglect. It was left to starve in a world that no longer needed it. Modern man is no longer expected to build. He is expected to behave, to smile, to comply, to not offend, to not feel too deeply, to keep, scrolling. And underneath that polished performance, of course, he rots because he was not made for this. It was never about how deep your voice was or how many women you could attract. Those are side effects, cheap decorations of a forgotten myth. Masculinity in its purest form was a relationship with death, to die for something greater than the self, be it family, honor, nation, even God, creation, truth, As Nietzsche says, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Masculinity was always mythic. It was about becoming something eternal through struggle. It was about transcending comfort. Today, what do we do today? We worship ease, efficiency, convenience. We have replaced the sword with the screen, the hero with the content creator, the builder with the brand. Let's bring in, Albert Camus. In the myth of Sisyphus, Camus describes man's confrontation with a meaningless world. A world where the universe refuses to answer the human need for significance. He says, at any street corner, the feeling of absurdity can strike any man in the face. But Sisyphus kept pushing the boulder. He was absurd, but, he was alive. Now look at the modern man, He doesn't push boulders. He files reports. He answers emails. Chases dopamine on, dating apps. Fights pixelated wars on screens. Gets validation from, strangers online. He's no longer tragic. He's just pathetic. His absurdity has no resistance, and he does not rebel, and he submits quietly and then distracts himself from the silence. Michel Foucault, he told us, power is not something that is acquired, seized or shared, something one holds on to or allows to slip away. Power is everywhere. And so masculinity was turned into behavioral compliance. Wear this, say this, buy this, act like this, but don't be too masculine or, you're toxic. Modern masculinity is a simulation. It's a meme, a shell. It looks like a man, but there's nothing behind the eyes. Jean Baudrillard, right? He says, we live in a world where there is more and more information and less meaning. Right? It's very true, especially in this modern world. Masculinity has become information, not experience. It's a brand, a vibe, a statistic. It doesn't emerge from the depths of pain and sacrifice. It's purchased, filtered, performed. And because of that, of course, it dies, just like any trend. The postmodern world loves to tell us we have, evolved, that we no longer need warriors, we need workers. We no longer need danger, we need safety. We no longer need gods, we just, need Wi-Fi. But of course, there's a cost of safety. And the cost of that is the loss of risk, is the loss of becoming. As Nietzsche says, man is a rope tied between beast and overman, a rope over an abyss. Without struggle, man devolves into a last man, a character Nietzsche mocks. Alright? Because the last man, he only seeks pleasure. The last man avoids pain. The last man, he doesn't believe in truth, only preference. He survives, but he never lives. As Nietzsche says, what is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is a star? The last man blinks. We are the last man, and we blink. So what now? Do we go backward, return to traditional masculinity? No, that's just nostalgia, a form of denial. Nietzsche's solution wasn't regression, it was the creation of new values. The Übermensch, right? And the Übermensch doesn't revive the past, he creates the future. Masculinity must be reforged, not as dominance, not as control, but as a spiritual resistance. To be masculine in this age means to remain dangerous in a world of sedation. It means to find meaning in a culture of distraction. It means to speak truth in an age of noise, to create order without becoming a tyrant, to suffer without needing applause. Or as Nietzsche says, live dangerously, not as a slogan, but as a way of being. Masculinity is the art of dying for what must live, of holding the line when nothing else will. Masculinity is not something you are given, it's something you earn in blood, in silence, in solitude. Or as Camus says, the only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. To be a man in this world is not about muscles, money, or women. It's about rebellion against nihilism, the great enemy. It's about carving light into the void. It's about becoming the kind of soul that, when everything collapses, remains upright. Even if no one watches, if no one applauds, if you're the last one left. That is masculinity, not dead, just waiting for someone to be worthy of it again.